Hi, I'm Trinity Hayes, and this is me. Some things you should know about me are I'm a 10th grader that lives in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm 16, and I work for the zoo. This year, I joined the Our Future is Science program, where I had to come up with a capstone project. The project. So I began the brainstorming process. I didn't know what I could do my project on, so I started to look around my room, think really hard about what I was going to do for the next 8 months. And that's when it really hit me. I saw a bunch of water bottles in my room, and I was like, yeah, that's right, microplastics. So I began to study all on the topic. From this studying, I came to three most important takeaways. Microplastics are usually less than a centimeter in size. Microplastics show up mainly in the ocean and large bodies of water, and most microplastics are just decomposed pieces of larger plastics. Here you can see some different types of microplastics. As you can see, microplastics come in various sizes and shapes and types. Here's a graph that I made to represent the cycle that microplastics are in. We start out with the human consumption. This is the stage where we use the plastics. Then, after not disposing them properly, some of these plastics end up in our waters. These plastics then decompose into microplastics. After decomposition, the plastics can be found in sand and other sources of food for fish. The fish then unknowingly eat these plastics, and some of it lingers in their body for the rest of their lives. These same fish are then caught and eaten by humans. All of the plastic that was in the fish is then transferred to us. There are many researchers that are trying to find the effects of microplastics in the human body, but it is speculated that these plastics can cause health issues and potential diseases. How can I help? After doing my research, I knew there was a problem in my community. Now I needed a solution to solve it. So I decided to contact some of my local conservation and environmental organizations in Florida. That is when we decided to have a park cleanup. The organization that helped me with my park cleanup was the Soul Margin Fishing and Conservation Foundation. Their goals is to help better individuals and communities through education and empowerment to help them step out of their comfort zone. So I got everyone that I could from my job to come clean. We had a table to educate the public on microplastics, and we collected over 18 pounds of trash. Overall, I think we had a really good time. What about the community? After having the park cleanup, I needed to know how our community felt about certain things concerning microplastics, so I sent out surveys. In this survey, I asked about how many water bottles do people use in a week. The numbers vary. The highest water bottle usage was 40 bottles, and the lowest was 2. The average weight of a 20-ounce plastic bottle is 23.83 grams. If you multiply this by 40, as said in the last slide, you will come out with 953.2 grams, also known as 2.1 pounds. This 2.1 pounds times 31, which is the amount of days in a month, will have you coming out with 65.1 pounds in a whole month. With 65.1 pounds in a month, times 12 months in a year, you will get 781.2 pounds of plastic in a year. This is the same weight as a whole vending machine. What are some things you think that most people should be aware of when it comes to microplastics and pollution?
Probably that they're everywhere. And more studies come out every year showing that people have plastic in their gut or in baby poop, weird things like in our food, in our water. So they're everywhere. I think it would be really beneficial for scientists to study the types of chemicals that are absorbed by microplastics. So we know what kind of chemicals are in plastics. We don't have a lot of science studying the long-term effects of the chemicals that are in the plastic and also that are being absorbed by plastic, because in the wild, plastic kind of acts like a sponge. And so whatever it's sitting in, it'll soak it up, kind of like making pickles or something. Like a cucumber tastes very different from a pickle. Well, if microplastics are sitting in a disgusting toxic environment and then you eat it, you're going to be ingesting those. So we don't really know the effects of microplastics. as a physical thing, like a chunk of stuff that you're swallowing, obviously it doesn't have an effect on you. You just pass it and you just go to the bathroom and it goes bye-bye. But like while it's in your body, are you absorbing the chemicals that it absorbed? We don't know. I mean, well, we do know we are, but like what effect is that going to have?
Long term.
Yeah.
The takeaways. Overall, I think that microplastics have a huge effect on our community. Whether it be health issues or environmental issues, it is really detrimental to understand the importance of it and how it can affect you whether you see it or not. Overall, I had a really good time making this video and project, and I want to emphasize how big of an impact that teenagers have on things like this. It's important to connect ourselves with our environment and really try to have a hand in fixing it and helping it. Overall, thank you.